that they don't have all the necessities that we have. But at the end of this story, guys, you're going to catch it. You're going to catch it. Pastor Tom, all that I can tell you, just pay attention, listen real closely. I want you to just watch what happens. So right now, we're going to step into their shoes for a minute. Paint a pretty picture, a picture. On this picture that we're painting today, again, Pastor Tom family is based on 12 people. They live over in Africa. And while they're living over in Africa, they don't have the same church that we have right now. They don't have the same shelter that we have. From the story that I was reading, Pastor Tom, their houses are made out of straw and mud and clay. And with our houses, what are our houses made out of? Brick. Some of us so bougie in here, we got stucco. We walk into our houses, some of us have marble tile, ceramic, you know. And then now we're going to go a step further. When Pastor Tom and them get ready to go to church, they got to walk to church. Follow me for a minute. They have to walk to church. When they walk to church, they don't have shoes on their feet. They don't have shoes on their feet. So now when they walk into church, I mean, there are hot days. We know how it can be over we have heard how it can be over in Africa, but there can be some hot days. So imagine walking to church on a hot day with no shoes on. And some of us boys right now, we'll be in a little, so I see some girls too, we have on socks. But just imagine, these people don't have socks. They're not on socks. They don't have socks. So now they walk into church, leaving from their house that's made out of straw and leaves and mud. But guess what? When they're on their way to church, they're singing, they're praising, they're happy, they're excited. How do you think that they're singing, they're happy, they're praising, they're excited? Y'all, somebody answer that for me real quick. Why are they so happy?
Even though like everything else been stripped away for them, they know that God ain't never gonna be stripped away from them.
Amen. Let's give them a hand clap for that. Sebastian. Well, I remember you, Sebastian, a few years ago. Boy, I wanted to upside your head. It's all right now. All right. So here we go. So now these people, I mean, they knew that they had a relationship with God that was like no other, Sebastian. They knew this. And y'all probably like, Brother D, why am I still standing? Because I want y'all to feel some of the pain that they feel. All right? I want y'all to just, right now, we're going to stand the whole time. Brother D standing, Pastor Tom here standing, they standing. We're going to stand. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now, here we go. We're going to make this story even deeper. We're going to think about our Lord and Savior here for a minute. Now, our Lord and Savior, follow me for a second over here. Our Lord and Savior, when he took his walk, when he was walking back in his time, same thing. No shoes. Then we get to the point they was out in the desert. Then they're walking behind camels, and camels using the restroom, all kind of stuff. Think about our floor right now. On our floor right now, we don't know if somebody walked outside and stepped in somebody else, whatever, and came back in here right now. Think about how nasty that is, first of all. Not only is it nasty, but it's uncomfortable, right? How many of you starting to feel restless right now? I'm going somewhere. How many of you starting to feel restless? Raise your hand, be honest. I see some people leaning. I see some people saying, all right, I'm feeling restless. They're being restless right now, right here, right here. So now, let's move on with this. Now, when Pastor Tom, when he came there, this was one of the favorite scriptures that he read. And again, we back at Matthew 22, verses 35 through 40. He read, and we're going to read today. One of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this question. Teacher, talking to Jesus, which is the greatest commandment in the law? And Jesus replied. He said, love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor. Let me say it one more time. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the laws and the prophets hang on these two commandments. This is the word of God.
Thanks be to God.
You can be seated. I know some of y'all sitting there like, Brother D, you always doing something to make our minds run and to challenge our minds. And guys, listen up for a second. If I came in here every week and just made it like super comfortable for you, the learning experience wouldn't be the same. So here's what we want to look at today. We already talked about this pastor time. We talked about his family. We talked about them living in this uncomfortable situation. Then we popped up with this scripture talking about love our Lord, thy God, with all our heart, all our soul, and all our mind. Our heart. We're going to start there for a minute. With our heart, we have to dig deep into our heart on a daily basis. Not just when we need God. We have to dig in our heart on a daily basis in everything that we do to make sure our relationship with Christ is right. And then we went to go even further. We said, now we want to go into all our soul. Somebody tell me, what is your soul? What is your soul? What is your soul? Anybody? Your soul.
Me, myself, within.
What's within you? What's within you? So all that's within you, you have to go there with all that's within you for our Lord and Savior again on a daily basis. And then we had the next thing with our minds. You know, I love this mind part. Because right now, some of us, we probably sitting like, Brother D, when you going to get up? I mean, is it time to get out of here right now? Some of us probably sitting there like, you know what, when I get out of church, I'm going over to Walla's house, and me and Tawala going to hang out and do our hair, things like that. I'm going to go over there by Kendall, me and Kendall, we're going to slap box for the rest of the evening, or whatever we're going to do, right? So see, we're going to be honest for a minute. But that's the thing that we have to realize. We have to love our God with all our hearts, our souls, and our mind. Now, y'all help me out this time. How we have to love Him with all our heart, and all our soul, and all our what? And our mind. Heart, soul, and mind. Heart, soul, and mind. All right. So now we love Him with all our heart, soul, and mind. But then it goes on further to say, when this priest came there, when this expert of the law, when the expert of the law came there, he said, you know what? Jesus. He didn't come there just regular. He didn't just come there, Jesus. He came there, Jesus. Which law is the greatest law? You have these 10 commandments. You have all these laws. Which one is the greatest? Jesus said, came back, he replied. He said, the first commandment is that you love God. Love God. So the same thing in your life. The first commandment that you have to realize above anything, that you got to love who? God. You got to love who? God. You have to love God. And then the second one is so awesome. Because right now, when I look at each one of you, each one of us right now, all of us are neighbors. The next one was that we love our who? Neighbors. Our neighbors. Our neighbors. So for this whole month, for the rest of January, we're going to be talking about stepping into my shoes, and we're going to just be talking about how we can start loving our neighbor. Sister Monique, if you look under my seat, can you show me one of those little kits for a second? So what's going to happen? Each one of you are going to receive a little kit like this per household. Per household. Not each one of you, but you're going to receive a kit look just like this. It's going to have like all the things in there about helping somebody else out. Helping somebody else out. And I mean, I was up late last night, Brother D. I started studying this about a week ago, but last night was even more challenging because I started thinking about all the things that this family had went through. And I started thinking about y'all over here. I'm like, man, I said, this is totally different. We talking about people that don't even have running water. We talking about people that when it gets dark outside, that's it. We talking about people that when it's cold outside, they don't have a jacket. But then when I looked at you, it was like, you know what, Brother D, I ain't come to church this week because my Jordans got a little stuff on them. Brother D, when I didn't get here today because, we didn't have the proper outfit. And I know right now all y'all are looking around, y'all thinking, like, wait a minute. And then I'm going to go a step further. As I was reading this story and going through this topic, they had the boys that was out there, they wanted to go outside and play one day. And I couldn't believe, and we're going to do it in here too. I'm going to make sure we do it before the series is over with. They said, we want to go outside and play soccer. And I remember we had an invite night over here a few months ago, and somebody came up to me and said, Brother D, the basketball was flat. So we can't play basketball, Brother D. That's just how whoever that was. They sounded, Brother D, we can't even play basketball because the basketball is flying. I'm like, hold up. So now, these young men, they out there, they ready, they wrapped up just here. No clothes, no shoes. They go out there, they wait for a boat to pass by for our old Walmart bags, our old garbage bags to blow off the boat, to blow in their land. Actually, I'm sorry, they have people going there dumping in their land, dumping our old trash on their land. So they go harvest through this stuff to get a Walmart bag, Kroger bag, give me some more stores, Randall's, what else? The dollar store, Whole Food store. So now look, they got all these, how we looking on time over here? So now they looking at, they getting all our bags. They take our bags, follow me. They take our bags after they're gonna radish through the garbage trying to find something to eat. And they put all these Walmart bags together until they make a ball. Can you imagine that? Think about it. Now, on top of that, here it is. Let's go back to these Jordans and things that we talk about. These Jordans, these Kohans, these, give me some more. These Nike, these
Michael Kors.
Galleys. What else?
Michael Kors.
Michael Kors.
Yeezy.
Jesus. And Adidas. Let's go back. Let's bring it back. Pumas, let's bring it back. So now, here it is. We all excited about those things. Let's slow down. So we're excited about all those things, but guess what these young people are doing? They waiting to see they can see a fresh pad like that, not to come by so they can put on their feet, but so they can get the shoestrings out. They don't want but the shoestrings. They're gonna make nets. They're gonna take these bags that we just talked about, wrap them up to make a ball. But here we go, Brother D. We can't play basketball because the ball is flying. Now, we're going to take this a step further. We come in here every week. And we just sit there. I want no more. I want no more. Just like that. Now, these same boys that I'm talking about, they waiting to find an empty bottle. Why do you think they waiting for an empty bottle? They're going to take the empty bottle and play football. And here we go again, Brother D. We can't play football because the ball is flat. Really? Come on now. We going somewhere. Man, look. So now, we're going to go back around. To this. The biggest thing we want to look at, I want somebody to look at John 3:16. John 3:16. John 3:16. Oh, it's hot in here. It's really hot. I'm excited. I'm just making sure y'all woke. John 3:16. Who had it? Come on, Adrian. Read it out. Y'all follow.
For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life.
All right. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, for whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. To me, this is a statement of talking about love. It's talking about giving. It's talking about sharing. It's talking about compassion. It's talking about offering something to somebody else. Because think about it. If God so loved the world, he gave his one and only Son, that whosoever believe in his Son shall not perish but have everlasting life. That was nothing but what? Love. Come on, y'all help me out. That was nothing but what? Love. That was nothing but love. So if he did that out of love, and then out of that love that we came by, what are we supposed to be doing? Loving. We're still supposed to be showing love, correct? So let's take it a step further. And Jesus said, you must love the Lord. In this first part, you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, in all your being and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. You must love your neighbor as you love yourself. And the law of the prophets depended on these two commandments. There it is. It's no clean cut. I mean, that's clean cut and dry as it gets. Everything that we are doing right now, guys. I mean, he didn't get there. He didn't say, which is important. He didn't say, my number one commandment is not to kill. Y'all follow me. I'm not telling you to go out and kill nobody. Okay? But that was not God's number one commandment. Because this come up all the time. You're like, what's the greatest commandment? The word of God is telling you right there, right, Sister Tonya? It's telling you right there. Those two things. He didn't say, he didn't talk about adultery and all these other things. These two things that he talked about was based on what? It was based on love. So everything that we should be doing right now should be based on love. Right now, every time we walk out of here, everything that we should be doing right now, it should be out of pure love. I mean, it's so bad right now. And I'm thinking about this moment right now in Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday today. And I mean, out of love, Dr. Martin Luther King, you know what? He had a dream, he had a vision. That vision was for that we have equality, civil rights, and equal rights. He did that out of love. And when he did it out of love, he lost his life. But right now, today, what we just did, we celebrated him. So imagine your life right now. Imagine your life. Right now, you can have a life that you can go out here, you can worry about how big the rim's sitting on your car, how much bling bling you're wearing. You can worry about how many boys you can get. You can worry about how many girls you can get. But then when you die, what's going to be said? Not a thing. So now, here we go. Y'all probably like, Brother D, what's next? What's next with this? The thing you got to realize with this, the thing you have to realize about this, before I tell y'all that, myself, Sister Tammy, just came on my mind, Sister Tammy. That's my girl over there. Where's she at? Where's she at? Hey, Sister Tammy. Hey, girl. How you doing?
Hey.
Put my chest out all day when I said that. Y'all help me out here.
You're doing too much.
Goes down in Igniter.
All right, so that's love. So the thing we want to look at with this, guys, myself, Sister Tammy, we was on vacation here. I guess it was last year, maybe our anniversary or something like that. We was walking through this area down in New Orleans, and we was walking this area in New Orleans. There was some guys, and we realized that those guys was homeless. They was without things. All right. It was obvious that they were struggling. It was obviously that they was homeless. And one thing that stuck out to me, I watched this one homeless guy while we were standing there waiting. We was at a pizza shop, and this one guy, the homeless guy was laying there with about maybe 4 or 5 other homeless guys, and I don't want to call them homeless. What's a better word? Less fortunate guys. Appreciate this point. Less fortunate because we want to be respectful. So these less fortunate guys, they were laying there on the side. It was obvious that they were going through a situation. This one person came along and said, "Hey man, here you go. Here goes some money." And when he gave this one homeless guy the money, the homeless guy jumped up. He was excited. He said, "Thank you, sir." He ran to the pizza shop where myself and Sister Tammy was just leaving out of. He bought a pizza. When he bought that pizza, what you think he did? He shared it. And sometimes I look at some of us, we go out, we win money, we get money, we gain something, especially at our race of people. I'm sorry, our race of people. Is there any other? Okay, our race of people. As soon as we get something, follow me. As soon as we get something, we want to go out, we want to get on Facebook, Instagram, talk, man, I'm balling out of control. Look at me, look what I got, look at my house, look at my car, look at my eyelashes. My eyelashes look like butterflies. Look at me. We be ready. We be ready. But then, when are we going to get to the point where we start loving? When we going to start getting to the point where we going to start being like Matthew 22, 35 to 40? When are we going to get like that? When are we going to get to the point where we understand that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever should believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. I love it. When we gonna get to that point? So my challenge to you throughout this whole series, start opening up your hearts, your minds, your soul, to trying to help somebody else out. I know right now, for some of us, it seems kind of hard, but you best believe it. When you start giving to other people, God's gonna bless you double. He's gonna bless you like never before. We're gonna get ready to go. I hear at this time of transition. But me, a lot of you know, y'all know my story, y'all know my background. Y'all know I come from a rough background. I was a troubled youth. I dropped out of high school. I had some altercation with the law Sebastian just brought up. I was ratchet. Just being honest, I was really ratchet.
He was bad.
But guess what? Here's what I want y'all to realize. Pause for a minute over here. Here's what I want y'all to realize. That was a day. Y'all know I have to do this. Say, but then. That was this day when God came along. He said, you know what? He said, I'm ready. I want to clean you up. And when God cleaned me up, I'm gonna tell you, on that road, it wasn't easy. I fell down, I got back up. I fell down, I got back up. I had businesses that fell. I had business that per vehicle, $100,000 per vehicle, 6 figures. And I had multiple of those. And I watched stuff like that go down in the ground to nothing. But guess what? I kept getting back up, and I kept believing in. Help me out. I kept believing in who? God. I kept believing in God, kept following God, kept chasing God. God, every time he would restore me. And just like he restored me, because of his love, he can restore you. So now when he restored you, now you have to help restore who else? Someone else. Y'all get it? Last but not least, in that travel, guys, how many of us know what a GPS is? GPS. What's a GPS? Global positioning sensor. Global positioning sensor. The other day, who was I with? I was with Skylar and Chris, one of the other guys that's from here. We was on our way bringing Chris home, and they had a lady on my global positioning sensor. She's like, turn here, turn there, turn here. Wait, reroute, turn here, turn there. I'm like, really, lady? Turn here, turn there. And one thing I realized, this was electronic. This lady, she was making mistakes. When we finally got to his house, we went around the block and came back to where it was all over the place. But now, I want y'all to flip that around, and I want y'all to take this home. There's another GPS. There's another GPS out there. It's called God's positioning sensor. Now follow me. When you have your God positioning sensor, he won't fail you. Where God tell you to go, just like we listen to that GPS, that global positioning sensor, just like we listen to that, imagine if we open up our hearts, our minds, and our soul to listen to God's positioning sensor. Y'all help me out with that. What kind? God's positioning sensor. Listen to that sensor. Listen to that sensor and watch how your life change. Watch how any sickness, any financial problem, any relationship problem, any behavior, any whatever problem that you're going through, watch how it becomes better. Watch how it gets fixed. I'm going to tell you, when you're following God's position, help me out one more time. When you're following what? God's position. Sometimes it's going to seem like things are going to be a little rough for you. That's when Satan's trying to attack you. Satan's trying to put you on another course. He's trying to get you to go do something else. It's going to be that time when you're reading your Bible, and saying, you know what, go watch MTV instead. It's going to be that time when you pray to God before you go to bed, and you say, you know what, you're too tired to pray. How many of us know about that? Amen. When you're following God's position and sensor, the devil, he's going to get even more angrier. And the more angry that he gets, you have to continue to pray. You have to continue to trust that God's position and sensor is the sensor that you need to be following. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't let nothing change what God has given to you. I know right now y'all probably like, Brother D, are you going to wall and spit before you end? Not today. All right? So let's give God a hand. Let's give God a hand clap of praise.